Hey, and welcome to another video. So this video is somewhat of a special video because I got not one, not two, not three, but 9 Motorola Prototype phones. Yes, 9. So we have a part slot, well, not a part slot, we don't know if they're working or not, a lot of 9 Motorola Prototype phones that I bought off Macari for the price on screen here. Now in the photo there's 10, there's a pink RIZR V. That RIZR V is, or is that a standard RIZR? I don't know. It is a RIZR. From the photo I can tell it's a standard RIZR. That pink RIZR is no longer in this lot. The seller sold that separately. However, he reduced the price to compensate for the missing phone. So 9 phones for $85. So that's about $9.5 ish per phone. So it's a really good deal for a bunch of prototypes. And the phone at the bottom there, the slider in black, it was what intrigued me the most when I saw this listing. However, once I got it, I realized there's something even more interesting in that part slot, and we'll be saving the 2 really interesting ones for last. And we'll be taking a look at all these phones. Obviously, I'm going to be looking at them in detail in future videos. This one, we're just going to see what turns on and what works and what doesn't, and just a quick overlook of what these things are. These are prototypes, and 2 of them, as far as I can tell, have never been released to the public. So 2 are unreleased prototypes, the others are software and slight difference prototypes. Anyway, before we jump right in, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up on this video as it helps this video get on YouTube's algorithm. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell notification button to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'm on Instagram, Discord, and Twitter, and you can follow me on those using the links down in the description below. Now, let's jump right into this video. Now, the first phone on this list, I don't know if this is really a prototype, but right off the bat, I recognize this thing as a first generation Moto G, so XT1031. Let's see if this thing works. Now, I have not tested any of these phones, and oh, there's a charging light, so there's a chance this thing works. Now, these phones came from, what I can tell, what the seller said was he bought a storage unit. And this storage unit was probably owned by a previous Motorola employee, because there are a lot of prototype Motorola phones in there. I bought another one as well, and I'll be doing a video soon on that, but that was separate. So this thing's battery seems really low. Probably won't turn on right now, but nothing seems too out of the ordinary on this thing. It seems like a standard Moto G first gen. There may be some software differences, but it doesn't say prototype or anything anywhere on the phone there, so we'll leave that aside for now, but we'll visit it later. It doesn't seem too interesting, and it's the least interesting of the lot. Now, the most interesting is up here, but we're gonna save this thing for last. This thing is something really out of this world in terms of prototypes, of things that I've never seen before and things I couldn't find on the internet. So let's move this to a side. Now, I have a list of some of these phones because I could figure out some of these things. Now, these 2, will take these 2 out, these 2 QWERTY phones. Now, these things, I've seen them, and I cannot exactly confirm which is which, but one is a Motorola ME632. The other one is a Motorola Pro Plus, or a M6620. Now, there are a lot of these China-only QWERTY phones. Now, these 2 are not identical, as you can see there. These were only for the Chinese market, and there is a lot of China-only QWERTY phones. So it's something based on the Motorola Pro Plus, but they could vary. There are a lot of them, a lot of identical ones. So I don't know exactly which is which, but I might let you know later. And they're brand new, as you can see. There's the film is on there as well, on the Motorola logo on that one, and they look new as well. Let's see if these things are prototypes or something like that. Let me take this off camera. So yeah, engineering samples. So as you can see, that it says engineering sample, so that is definitely a prototype. Let me put its back. Comes with its battery as well. So and it's unused, because as you see here, and we'll see if it turns on. And it's in excellent condition. That one is also in decent condition, the G, but These are in really good condition. This one doesn't have any stickers or anything, but it is in excellent condition as you see there. And again, these are either the ME632, the Pro Plus, or the 6620. I really can't tell. They're very, very identical. Let's see if this thing is a prototype. Let me take the back cover off here. This one, I feel like it doesn't have a battery in it. Do you slide it up like that? Now, for some reason, the battery on this does not want to come out. It's supposed to be just an easy lift-off battery, but it's stuck. So I don't want to force anything there, but let's see if it turns on first. I don't know why the battery does not want to come out. I do not want to damage these phones. Let's see if it has any life. I will be testing these things extensively, so we're not definitely not going to be doing that in this video. So stay tuned for the future videos on these things by hitting the subscribe button down below. No lights, nothing. I'm pretty sure the battery must be shot. Let's see this one, see if there's any life in this. Again, the batteries may be shot, so, and these things, like I said, they look new, so yeah, these are engineering samples, so they're not definitely like they're not like early stage prototypes. They look identical to the final model, so they're just software test samples. So no life on that one either, so we'll leave that to a side. This one, I want to see what's up with the battery, why the battery does not want to come out. We'll leave that to a side. Now, I have a list of things I'm looking here because I did some research on this phone. Now, the next phone is the MotoSmart Mix. Now, this thing is brand spanking new. Now, let's put this over here. That's my Note 8. Don't mind that. This thing is brand spanking new, as you can see, shiny. It's got that sticker there. The camera's got a sticker. This phone was actually released, and these are not scratches on the display. These are scratches on the factory screen protector. This phone was also released, and it was a only China phone. See, China wireless logo. So that is the China wireless logo. So MotoSmart Mix XT550. So the Motorola XT550 MotoSmart Mix. From the weight in this thing, I can tell that it does not have a battery. And yeah, I'm right, that thing does not have a battery. Let's see if this thing is a prototype. Does not seem like it. There's nothing saying prototype, and under my fingers also there's nothing saying prototype, but someone's marked it in felt with a marker pen with B and E. So I don't know what that is, but yeah, it does not say prototype anywhere, and it has a proper IMEI number. So maybe it's a production version that I don't know, this guy wanted for some reason, and this is in the US. So this phone was only released in China, so I guess he just wanted one. And as you see up top here, that's a music player. So this was a music oriented phone, and it came in white as well. So let's keep that to a side there. Go further into the box. Now this is where stuff starts getting a bit weird. Next we have this thing. Now this is an older phone, as you see. It has an antenna, and I couldn't really find much about this thing online. Let's open this up and see what's up. How do I slide it out? I think it's slightly, there we go. So it has a battery. Let's take that out of the way. It's a W315. Let me look that up and be right back. So yeah, it's a Motorola W315, and it's not a Rare phone at all. It's actually a Verizon wireless phone, but this one does not have Verizon branding, so it's definitely probably a test sample, but yeah, this is not that much of a special phone, I guess. It's a Verizon phone. This one doesn't say Verizon anywhere, and this one's very old, W315, so not a Rare phone by any means. I couldn't really find anything about it on GSM Arena, and that's why it was not on GSM Arena. It was on a different website. So yeah, how do we test this thing? Does it have, yep, I hope it has USB. Oh, it's that charger. Let me see. I don't have one of those on hand, but is there a different charging port on this thing? We'll test that a bit later. You know what? I gotta go get that. Let's just run through the rest of this and see what's up. Now, this one, Motorola Quench. I know that because I know this phone. I wanted this thing when I was a bit younger. Motorola Quench. I don't know if the back looked like this though. It says Motorola Blur there. Let's see if this thing is a prototype or a testing sample. So it turns out not all of them on this lot are prototypes, but wait till we get to the interesting bit. These are not the interesting ones. These are just the extras, I'd say. There's 2 of these phones. Well, I initially wanted this part slot because of one of them, but turns out there was another one in there that I really couldn't recognize, and turns out that thing is something that no one I know has seen, neither have I. I'm even questioning if it's a phone. Let me take this off camera. Hold up. So the battery is partially out here, and we have, yeah, nothing. So again, this is probably a prototype of some sort. Definitely final stage, because this looks exactly like the final model, but it has no IMEI number and stuff. Those are not the IMEI numbers. It is made in Brazil as well. So the water indicator is almost gone off. Again, this one looks pretty new as well. These were definitely not used as main phones by whoever the original owner was, and he was probably a Motorola employee. Let's see if this thing turns on. Yep, it turns on. And we forgot to test that thing out, did we? The Moto Mix. We'll take that back and we'll see if it works. So this thing, okay, very low battery. We'll deal with that later. Let me keep this to a side. Let's get this again because I forgot to test it out. Motorola logo. So yeah, this thing's brand new. It should work right out of the bat. I'm pretty sure the battery is completely low. We just want to see what's working and what's not working. And what is it doing? Where's the power button on this thing? Okay, so it somewhat turns on. The battery is definitely dead. We'll deal with these later, like I said. Now, here comes to the weird stuff. This, it looks like a phone called the Motorola Cocktail VE70, but it's not exactly the Motorola Cocktail. Now, we could obviously lift the case and lift it up and see what it is. Lift the, Oh, it's a slider. Okay. So yes, I remember the Motorola Cocktail was also a slider. So it also knew it's got wrapping there. Let's take its back cover off and see what it is. Let me see. So it is a prototype for sure, engineering sample, not for sale. Let me cover the IMEI number there, EM325. So let me check that up. Hold up. So yeah, this thing is a Motorola EM325. It's a slider phone, and this one's a prototype engineering sample, but it is quite a common phone. It's available on eBay as well. This thing has no battery for me to test, so we'll have to test it a bit later. Let's put that to a side. And now we come to the almost grand finale. Let's take this box to a side. Get a load of this thing. This is the Motorola Z12. This thing was supposed to be the successor to the RIZR Z8. I think that's what it was called, the RIZR Z8. This thing was never released publicly, and there was some leaks of this phone a few years ago. It says engineering sample, not for resale. This one is also new, as you see. I've seen photos of this phone online. It is a very rare prototype phone, and this is the main reason I bought this part slot. Now once I had a look at this thing, I don't know how I'm gonna take a look inside. It may be a completely sealed phone. Oh, we can start taking screws out. It doesn't seem too heavy, so it may not have a battery, but get a load of this. It's a slider, and when I slide it, look at the side of the phone. It bends. You do that again. As you see, that's pretty neat. The RIZR Z8 also did that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it, probably RIZR, R-I-Z, or something like that. But this was supposed to be the successor to that phone, and this was cancelled. This is the Motorola Z12. Now let's see if this thing has a charging port that is standard. Yeah, it's got a charging port. Let's see. Very rugged looking. I don't know, it has a really nice look to it. Let's see if this thing charges. It's not really heavy, so I don't think it has a battery, but let's see. I've seen this phone in a few leaks, so that's what caught my attention. Nothing, I guess. Oh, we have a charging light, so that thing's definitely charging. We have a power button. Where's the power button? Is that the power button? It's a slider power button. Or is there a power button up top? Nope. Where's the power on this thing? That's music controls. And I think that is a power button. Yeah, so slide it down. Nothing. So it is definitely charging. I'm pretty sure a lot of these phones need charge. Oh, there we go. There we go. So probably the only time this thing has ever been demoed on YouTube as far as I can tell. Hello Moto. And in the meantime, here's a picture of a leaked picture of this phone from like 2010 or something. I don't know when this thing was supposed to be released, probably 2011-ish. It's a touchscreen phone, seems like a, what is that? Is this the OS? That looks, so this is the only phone that did start up quickly. DXC, what? Is this a button? Your usage is being monitored, blah, 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 blah. Active panic reporting. What the devil is all of this? How do I insert SIM card? No thanks. Okay. Okay. How do I control this thing? Invalid battery. Is there like a way? Okay, the thing turned off. The battery must be really, really weak. I'll let it be on the charge for a while and we'll be right back. So now let's leave this thing to a side for now and get the true grand finale. Now that was supposed to be the grand finale, but oh boy, get a load of this. I don't know what this thing is. I just don't know. I don't know if even it's a phone. I initially thought it was a GPS device. It says Motorola confidential property over there. I ran all these numbers. I couldn't find anything. The camera seems to be missing. And it does not show up on any website or whatever. Let's plug it in and see what it is. I just don't... Oh, did I see like a flashing light down there? Yeah, there's a... I don't know if you see that. It's a flashing light. Now, I already had a look at this phone earlier because I was really intrigued. And when you look closely at this thing, the body leaves marks. Like, I might prick it with my finger there. That's because this is like a impact absorbing material. Even the back is not really tough plastic. It's really flexible plastic. And look at the material. It absorbs the fingerprint, the nail print, and it like kind of heals itself. That's really strange. These buttons are clickable. It doesn't seem to be taking a charge. That light sometimes blinks on and off. It's not doing it now. The power button, again, really odd material to be using on a phone. Is this thing even a phone? I have no idea. It means it's got a camera cut out there. There's no camera in there as far as I can tell. Now, since the light is blinking down there, I can tell this thing has probably got a board inside. It's really light too. And let's, I guess, leave this on charge and see if it turns on, whatever this thing is. I don't know. I mean, is it a feature phone? Is it? I don't know. I'm just clueless as to what this thing is. The buttons really don't do anything. They're just really mushy. I know there's a board in there. There's something in there, but it doesn't want to turn on. Yeah. I guess I'll leave all of these things that don't turn on the charger, and I'll be right back. But this thing is the most interesting out of the lot. Like, look at this. What is this thing? Like, it's got 4 screws. I mean, we can take it apart, but I'm not risking it because I don't know what's on the inside, what might get torn, what sort of ribbons, because obviously this thing is definitely some one-off phone that I've never seen online before. So I do not want to risk damaging it. So we shall see later what this thing can do. Anyway, I'll leave it on charge and be right back. So off camera, I did some work and I tried to take this thing apart. It's not going to be that easy. I looked up the RIZR Z12 the similar phone, the RIZR 8 or whatever the hell that thing is called. And it's not easy to take that apart as well. I'm not going to risk taking this apart. I think it just needs a bit more charge. However, I managed to take apart the small weird thing, and I still don't know what the hell this thing is. This body is actually metal. That's not a plastic, that is a metal. And I noticed something. It says ANT+. So ANT+ is a wireless communication system as far as I remember. It's some sort of, they use it in health, like blood pressure monitors and stuff, I think. I'm not really sure, but I know what ANT+ is on the surface. It's some wireless system test, so something like that. This thing very well could be a test bed. I ran all these numbers and I couldn't figure out what this thing is. There's a chance this is not a phone because it has no SIM card slot. I mean, it could be technically like a Verizon's built-in SIM thing, but I don't know. Is this like some health device or something? I don't know. I'm just lost for words. Anyway, we're gonna put this thingy back, and I'm very careful. That's why I did not want to do this on camera with the camera in my face. I'm very careful with this thing. There are no replacement parts for this thing. Yeah, I'll definitely put this back together off camera as well and be right back. So I put this thing back together and it still doesn't want to turn on. I think I have a theory on what this thing is. This thing is not a phone. Now, like I showed you, it has this ANT+ logo at the back. Now, Motorola had a few ANT+ supported devices. This thing is definitely not there on the list. But Motorola also made 2 MP3 players back in the day. One was called the M25, I think. I have a theory that this thing's not a phone. This thing is a ANT+ supported MP3 player that was never released, because hey, this thing has a headphone jack. Looky down here. Come out. Let's see that this thing has a headphone jack, as you see there. So I think this is an ANT+ supported MP3 player that was never released. This is not a phone at all. Wild theory, but I don't know. And this thing is probably not a camera module. This thing could have very well been some sort of sensor that's not there, and this could have been a mini speaker. I don't know. It's just a theory. This thing could have been an MP3 player. I don't know. We'll definitely have to try and turn this on in another video, but for now we're just going to leave it like that. This thing takes a charge very slowly. I'll keep it charging overnight. That thing in the corner, the one with the stuck battery, I eventually got its battery out. It's not a prototype, it's a production model unlike the other thing. And this thing is called the Motorola Spice Key XT550. So Motorola Spice Key XT550, another China only device. This one is a testing sample, this one is not. So in terms of prototypes, this one, which one was it? This one's a prototype. This one, and where is that thingy? Yeah, this one. So these 3 are the non-prototypes. Everything else, this one, I don't know. There's no sticker saying it's not a prototype. There's a lack of information at the back there. The IMEI number is there, but there's a lack of information. Let's put it to not sure. And these 3, these four are definitely prototypes, and these two are the unreleased ones. These two were released. So without making this video too long, it's already pretty long, I'm gonna cut it off from here, and we'll cover all these phones in separate videos later on. So definitely hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell notification button to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to smash that like button on this video, as it helps this video get on YouTube's algorithm. Check out my social media down in the description below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thumbs up.